and welcome to this edition of The List on UWW-TV. I'm Brooke Souls.
And I'm Liv Yost. For the next few minutes, we'll present our top 5 sports stories of the week and discuss why they made the top 5. Did your top 5 make our list? Let's find out.
At number 5, since losing their first game of the season to UW-Oshkosh, the Warhawk baseball team has returned to their winning ways. The Warhawks won 3 of the 4 games against number 8 UW-La Crosse and swept UW-Stevens Point this past weekend. Liv, what has led to the Warhawks bounce back?
Yeah, that first game, they definitely struggled against UW-La Crosse. An error in the second gave La Crosse a 2-0 lead, and then an error in the ninth gave them the 5-3 lead, which was both detrimental to Whitewater's ability to stay in the game. Pitching really struggled in that first game against La Crosse. They gave up 7 earned run from the mound, but they definitely came back against their series against Stevens Point, going for 56 runs and 13 home runs. Kootway went 10 for 17 with 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. Matt Skolin went 9 for 20 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. Holland went 8 for 20 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs. And Max Husebø went 7 innings with 7 strikeouts and only 1 earned run. Eisenbarth had 2 appearances, 4 innings, 0 hits, 0 runs, and 6 strikeouts. You can see that they definitely bounced back really quickly against Stevens Point, and they took that loss against La Crosse and kind of came back and was really strong. At number 4, the NL West has taken the MLB by storm. The Dodgers, Padres, Giants, and Diamondbacks are all among the top 10 teams in the MLB right now and are all in the NL West division. All 4 teams are off to great starts throughout the first month of the season and are the MLB's most competitive division so far. Unfortunately for the Rockies, it's looking like it will be a long season for them. Brooke, which teams will be able to keep their momentum and who will go cold?
Thanks, Liv. Again, unfortunately for the Rockies, they've hit rock bottom. There is no coming back, but they have called up players from AAA, to freshen things up, hopefully to get the momentum going. But again, I don't think it's going to happen. Lots of young talent, and they do have potential for a breakout year eventually, but it's just not their time. And with Chris Bryant injured, there's nothing for them. As far as the teams that will stay hot, obviously we have the Dodgers. In 2025, the Dodgers have hit 36 home runs, ranking them second in the league in that category. And with the team led by Ohtani, Freeman, and Betts, they should stay hot. There's no reason for them to go cold. As far as the Padres, they have a solid pitching core, and genuinely they don't strike out a lot. Michael King has 31 strikeouts, followed by Dylan Cease with 30. On average, pitchers play 4 to 5 games as a starting pitcher. As far as the Diamondbacks, I honestly think that they'll be kind of a wild card team, kind of up in the air for them. Liv, who do you think is going to go cold?
I definitely think the San Francisco Giants will be going cold. Historically, they're known for not having a great season throughout the year. They are ranked 5th in the NL, and I don't think that they can hold up with that.
Thanks, Liv. At number 3, the NFL Draft is upon us. All 32 teams will be making their selections on who they believe will be the future of their programs. For the first time ever, the NFL Draft will be held in Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Tennessee Titans own the first overall pick, with many believing that they will draft a quarterback. Liv, do you agree with what the rest of the first round will look like?
Yeah, I definitely think Cam Ward is going first to the Tennessee Titans. They definitely need a quarterback in their lineup. Second, I think the Browns will take Travis Hunter. He seems good on both the wide receiver and CB, so they could really put him anywhere. I know that he doesn't really want to play one or the other. He does want to play both, but we'll see what the Browns have in store for him. As for the Giants, I do think they're going to take Abdul Carter, edge, add to that, lineup in the D. Patriots, I think, are going to take an offensive tackle in Will Campbell from LSU. As for Genty, I think he's going to go 6 to the Raiders. If he doesn't, I think he will fall 10 to the Bears, hopefully. But if not, I do think that the Bears will be taking tight end Tyler Warren. And then I think Shedeur Sanders will fall to 9 if he even does get there to the Saints in the QB. They are looking for that since Carr is now officially out. I think it's time to look at his retirement, so Shedeur Sanders will probably be the future of the Saints. Brooke, what can you say about this draft coming up?
I agree with you. I do think that Cam Ward is going to the Titans. He just has a better arm over Shedeur Sanders. Honestly, he's just a solid pick, and he is close to what a franchise player looks like. And I do think that Travis Hunter, personally, I think he's going to go to the Patriots.
We've got more coming up on the list, including a discussion on the NHL playoff picture and a preview of the NBA playoffs. We'll be right back.
We'd love to show you what it's like to be a Warhawk.
Come on!
Don't miss out on your chance to be a Warhawk.
At UW Whitewater.
You belong here.
Matt checking in to see how Sam is doing on his project, and it's getting close to exporting now, the final step in the process. And it is complete, and Sam is hyped. Finally gets complete and spikes the ball into the end zone. Sam's celebrating with his colleagues, and they throw a flag on the play. The ref's going to call excessive celebration. Sam is in disbelief and can't believe it. He tries to dispute the call, but the ref is not having any of it.
She's always had it. Pure ambition. An unbridled self-confidence that most people only dream of. You see it driving her, empowering her, and in time, you see it fueling her future. Perhaps even helping her blaze a new trail. All she needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the Universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
Sports fans. We pack stadiums, arenas, and local gyms every day. And every sports fan is uniquely human. Seeing each play with your own eyes, triggering your own emotions. And as humans, we won't agree on every call, but we can act with empathy and consideration. So put yourself in the official shoes. Be more than a fan. Be officially human.
Welcome back to the list on UWW-TV. Let's continue the countdown to this week's top sports stories. At number 2, the NHL playoff picture is set. 16 teams look to capture the Stanley Cup and to be crowned champions. As it stands currently, the Washington Capitals, led of Alex Ovechkin, have the best odds to win the Stanley Cup. However, this is the Stanley Cup playoffs, so anything can happen. Liv, who are some teams to look out for in these Stanley Cup playoffs?
Yeah, I would definitely look out for those. Colorado Avalanche, they are considered one of the favorites, particularly due to their dynamic offensive strength and their reliance on star players. The Florida Panthers are defending Stanley Cup champions and are expected to be a strong contender yet again. Dallas Stars are another team with a strong claim to the Stanley Cup, known for their offensive powerhouses. The Vegas Golden Knights are a very well-rounded team and are proven to be playoff performers, so you could look out for those 4 teams to reach the finals. The Capitals obviously are someone to look out for, known for their dynamic offense and strong goaltending, as well as the Toronto Maple Leafs, who have a different look this year but are trending upwards so far. The Florida Panthers' Evan Rodriguez got 15 points last postseason, coming off a 39-point regular season, while the Tampa Bay Lightning's Nikita Kucherov got 7 in the playoffs after a league-leading 144 points in the regular season. It's going to be hard to figure out who is going to be the Stanley Cup champion because there are so many contenders this season. And for our top story of the week, the NBA playoff picture is set. 16 teams enter the final stretch to win the NBA title. Each conference has its own list of contenders and pretenders, so let's talk about it. Brooke, who are some of the powerhouse teams in each conference?
Thank you, Liv. So firstly, we have the Thunder, who absolutely swept the Grizzlies in the opening series by 51 points. We have the Nuggets. They've been a solid team. There's lots of young, talented players, but unfortunately the team just fired their head coach, so yikes. We have the Cavs. They're the best team in the East right now. They absolutely swept the Heat in the first round, but they have to get past the Bucks and Pacers in conference semifinals. We have the Celtics, best team in NBA, Himothy. We have Lakers, LaBarbie and Luka. NBA, CBA, TBA, Lakers in 5. Liv, what do you think?
I do see the Lakers being strong contenders with Luka now, but as for their bench, I don't think they're going to be as strong as the Timberwolves in that area. But I do see the Lakers coming out with a win. I don't see them reaching the finals. For the East, I would say the Cavs will be reaching the finals, led by Donovan Mitchell. But I do think the Warriors are going to sweep past the Rockets, even though the Rockets do have a really strong young core. The Nuggets obviously have a lot of issues going down in their offices, so who knows what it's going to look like for their playoff. But they are playing the Clippers, so I do see them rolling past them. The Thunder, I think, are going to have a really, really strong season. They rolled by the Grizzlies super easily in the first game, so I think that they're going to do that for the rest of the round. As for the semifinals, I think it's going to be the Thunder and the Nuggets and the Lakers and the Warriors again in that, old-time fashion Curry versus LaBarbie type beat.
And that'll do it for this edition of The List. We'll be back next week to talk up the sports headlines. I'm Brooke Souls.
And I'm Liv Yost. See you next week for more stories on UWW TV.